So this isn't even really a real review because they've got the Hat in Time one coming later on, which is a proper one. This one is just kind of here as an extra, as like a little 5-minute extra, and I've played a bit of Destiny 2. I've watched it. I've seen the demo. I've played the demo. I experienced a bit of the Eververse, and that's good enough for a review on this one because there's some valid points. As I say, it's just a mini review. I've got a big Hat in Time one and a lot of other big ones coming across the next 2 days, as well as the final open beta 64 video of Paladins. But yeah, this is just kind of a little mini one because it's like, hey, we've nearly finished, and boy, brought even more bullshit. I think you know what I'm talking about. So let's just have a quick rundown of things in Destiny 2. Yeah, the music's fucking amazing. The guy that did the orchestral score, I mean, just listen to IH Everything.
Is because Michael Salvatore is such an incredibly skilled composer. The music does all the work. I wish he was working in film because more movies need a score this good.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah, he's completely correct. And we've just heard the music as well. The composer does a fantastic job of really bringing the planets and the areas you're in to life. Like, the orchestral score is fucking amazing. So props to that guy. The graphics really look good enough, you know. It's not like all that amazing. There are far more better graphic intensive games that look a bit better, because a lot of this is just like, oh, it's a shooter, but it's on a bit of an alien world. Not too much of an alien world. You know, we're not going for the metallic blacks like a xenomorph world, and we're not going for the crazy rainbow colours like a Spore world or something like that. It's like, it's a slightly alien planet, but it looks standard. It looks above standard, so, you know, not the best, not the worst, it's fine. The game controls, again, fine. It's like Destiny 1, really. You run, you jump, you shoot, and it's all pretty tight and it works fine. It's average. The story's a load of shit, and you could watch... I could go on for hours about how the story's shit, like how the new boss is just like a fat man in a suit that has no real motivation because he comes to capture the Traveller, when his race specifically in the lore are a race of warmongering assholes, and you'd think they'd rather want to blow it up than capture it. And at first he says he is going to blow it up, and then he says he's not, he's going to capture it, and then he wants to claim the light, but then he doesn't. He goes to the speaker and he says, how do I earn the light? He wants to earn it now rather than just take it, because so the story's still a fucking mess. So there you go. But of course, this is not the main event, is it? No! Because it doesn't matter how good the game is. It doesn't matter how bad the game is. All that matters is you buy our fucking engrams, and we're gonna scum the shit out of them engrams. Especially during the Christmas event.
Money, 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 motherfucker. Money on my motherfucking mind. Cut 5 haircuts at the same time. White gold pants, jet ski, made a wine. Foie gras, Buster, Albert Einstein. Get money.
Money at my motherfucking mouth. A mansion, a ranch, and a camp in a town. A motherfucking store with the floor made of scouts. Body from the block, though, got rocks, he got out.
So, this is why Bungie and Destiny 2 earns a pretty well-deserved, pretty pathetic 1 out of 5. Because originally, like everybody, it was going to be a 3 out of 5, a 4 out of 5. Hey, it's not a bad game. Is there better games? Yeah, I would say if you're going for, these shoot and loot games, Overwatch is a good shoot and loot game. Halo, while still old, Halo to me is a little bit better than Destiny. There's a lot of good shoot and loot games. A lot of people are getting into Fortnite. It's not the best, but it's doing a couple of things better than fucking Destiny, because Bungie just couldn't make a good game, could they? They couldn't just make a game and be like, here's the game, enjoy the game, we're sorry that we fucked up the first one, let's make a good game. No, Activision, fucking Activision, you couldn't do that, could you, Activision? You couldn't just make a game, could you, Activision? You couldn't just make a game, could you, Bungie? Because every time the game updates, more and more bullshit got added, more and more bullshit got found out, and so we have to take that 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, it's okay, down to a 1 out of 5, because scum. So, let's go through 2 little bits of scum, and then the most recent bit of scum with the Christmas update. So, basically, at first, we had the XP thing, where Destiny was lying about how much XP you got per level. So it would say it takes 100,000 to get to the next level, only it technically didn't. Here is somebody more into the Destiny lore that can explain it a lot better than me.
Reddit user EnergizerX investigated what happens to your XP once you hit that level 20 cap in Destiny 2. In case you didn't know, whenever you hit the level cap in Destiny 2, you still get experience, but every time you fill the XP meter, rather than level up, you get a bright engram. These are basically Destiny 2's loot boxes. It's similar to how Overwatch works. You level up, you get a reward box. It's especially sneaky in Destiny 2's case, since you need to unlock these boxes by taking them to the Eververse, which is the game's online marketplace for buying more bright engrams. In case you haven't worked it out by now, Activision Blizzard is a manipulative fucking snake pit of a company. So back to EnergizerX's findings. According to the findings, Destiny 2 contained a hidden scaling factor that determined how much XP you got, or rather didn't get, while continuing to play a session. Simply put, if you try and grind for a lot of XP in a short space of time, Destiny 2 wasn't having any of that, and would secretly lower the amount of experience you got for certain tasks without telling you. The hidden scaling was so extreme that if you were to try and grind for long enough, an objective would eventually only be worth 4% of the XP it's supposed to be worth. Destiny 2 would essentially lie to its players. The investigation showed that when playing a public event in the endgame, you're only getting 50% of the XP that you're being told you've received. Following the investigation and expected blowback, Bungie has now changed how XP works in Destiny 2. Hooray, good guy Destiny 2 developers, hooray Bungie! But as I read you their statement, remember this whole time, since its launch, this hidden scaling has been there, and they've only changed it now that they've been caught red-handed. We've seen community discussion around XP gain in Destiny. After reviewing our data, we agree that the system is not performing the way we'd like it to. You got in trouble for doing it, and now you don't like it.
Why the fuck you do that, Bungie? Why the fuck did you do that? Why couldn't you just make a game? Why couldn't you just make a fair balanced game? Why are you trying to scum people? Then we had the whole Curse of Osiris debacle and Oh god, wasn't that fun?
Speaking of which, let's open fire on the fact that activities you could do in Destiny 2 a week ago you can't do now, unless of course you buy the DLC. Here's how it works. Curse of Osiris, the new expansion, came out for Destiny 2 this Tuesday, and it raised the level cap of characters. What it also did was raise the level requirements for endgame activities, such as Nightfall and Raids, that sort of shite. You now need a power level of 330 in order to engage in these rewarding endgame activities. Problem is, you can't raise your level that high without Curse of Osiris, so you're effectively locked out of all the endgame unless you buy this DLC. And if you didn't get it before now, you're also locked out of getting the game's Platinum Trophy. So if you care about that sort of stuff, you better stump up the green, or you should have worked a bit faster. Chop chop, you're on Activision's time, not your own. You thought this was your leisure time? No, 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 no. Activision has a schedule to keep to. You need to keep to it as well, okay? Without beating Prestige Raid or Prestige Nightfall, you cannot get the Prestige Achievement / Trophy, which means you can't 100% it now. Not without spending that extra $20. Bungie is now rolling back a lot of that Curse of Osiris related bullshit after the backlash. Bungie's response is exactly what we've come to expect from developers working for major AAA publishers. I mean, how many more times are we going to hear, "We've heard from the community and we agree that this isn't working. We've made a mistake. It was unacceptable. It was totally a mistake, a lapse of judgment, and we can understand why people are frustrated. Let us quickly roll back the changes so you will forget what we did." I've said before that when companies come out and say these things, "Oh, we made a mistake, we agree that this was an error," in general, what they actually mean is, "Oh shit, we got caught. We made a mistake, everybody, we got caught." And the fact that a lot of these problems that are being hotfixed now were present in Destiny more or less demonstrates that. Only now, after the community has kicked up enough of a shitstorm, has Bungie admitted to making a mistake. Destiny 2 tried to get away with the same bullshit Destiny did. It tried to play its "Destiny totally isn't an MMO, but let's use MMO tactics" shite, but chose to do so at a time where communities are already really pissed off at a lot of big AAA games, Destiny 2 being one of the primary targets. And so, because what once was overlooked hasn't been overlooked to this time, Bungie's decided to be so generous, so philanthropic, and is issuing a hotfix this week to roll back, as I say, some of the premium arseholery that Destiny 2 was indulging in.
And then, just quite recently, which hasn't been stated yet, we've got the Christmas event, where there are Christmas engrams, bright, shiny Christmas engrams. Only, unlike Overwatch or, any other game where a level up rewards you with a Christmas box, you get nothing but a standard box. You get a basic bitch box with the basic bitch items.
Grams. The biggest bone of contention is that, unlike with other games that have seasonal events, earning the loot boxes via leveling up doesn't give you a seasonal dawning themed loot box. If you level up during the course of play, you're just given a regular bright engram with the regular vanilla game content. The seasonal engrams are only given to players very, very, very sparingly throughout the course of play. The idea being that in a limited time event, people are going to want to snap up items as quickly as possible, and the only way to get a good shot of grabbing the shit you want before it's gone is to reach into your wallet, head on over to the Eververse, although because the way the game's designed you may already be there anyway, and drop some real world money on these bright engrams. Hurry before this great offer expires. Fucking pricks. Another issue is the Dawning coming so close after the Curse of Osiris DLC. DLC which added 100 items to the pool of stuff you could get via the Eververse. The Dawning event adds another 59 on top of that, which just seems to suggest that Destiny 2 really is being built entirely around the Eververse. And considering how half-baked a lot of the endgame content seems to be, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where Bungie spent most of its fucking time. It certainly wants the players to spend most of their fucking time there. And it's not all just cosmetic stuff either. Things like ghost shells have actual gameplay bonuses, and there's 10 more of them thrown into these dawning engrams. So if you're one of those just cosmetic types, there's that to enjoy. But in any case, the fact that you can't earn these seasonal dawning loot boxes via leveling up is absolutely telling. This is Bungie and Activision wearing their greed entirely on their fucking sleeves. It is quite unlike how any other game does it. When other games have seasonal events, the rewards you get regardless are seasonal. By giving you just regular vanilla bright engrams when you level up, Activision and Bungie are outright saying they want you to keep throwing money at them. I mean, they're putting your fucking armor pieces inside these boxes now. The Eververse is getting all of the shit, while actual in-game rewards are comparatively low and less impressive.
Because they only want to give out 1-2 Christmas chests. They're very, what's the word, Scrooge. They're basically Scrooge. It is Christmas after all, so it fits. I was going to try and think of another name, but no. Scrooge fits perfectly. What's that, Bob Cratchit? You want another Christmas loot box? Yes, sir. I mean, it is Christmas, Robert. Christmas? Bah! Humbug. I don't care if it's Christmas. You don't deserve you don't deserve a Christmas loot box for your level. Go back and buy some boxes, because that's all Christmas is. It's a day about getting double the prices. Christmas. Yeah. I can kind of imagine Robert being visited by 3 ghosts tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night. How many nights is it till Christmas? 3. I can probably imagine Robert being visited in 3 nights by the 3 ghosts. Like, oh, Robert, CEO of Activision, you've been a bastard. You didn't let Destiny get Christmas loot boxes. You said they had to buy them because you're a money-grubbing git. And now we're going to show you the error of your ways. Ooh. I can see that happening. Because, yeah, Robert and Activision and Bungie are just Ebenezer Scrooge, where you're not getting a Christmas loot box. A level up giving you a Christmas loot box? Nah, dude. Buy that shit. You gotta buy that shit. And oh, the it's cosmetic thing? Nah, it's not just cosmetic. It's not just cosmetic. Some of the ghosts actually have in-game benefits. So we're going full on Battlefront 2, full on fucking Paladins Open Beta 64, where the ghost gives you some in-game benefits. Good job, Activision. Good fucking job right there. And no doubt it will be rolled back. By the time this review goes up, it'll probably be rolled back, because that's now the Bungie formula. As with the XP thing happens, people find out about it, people complain and have rightful backlash at Bungie. Bungie's like, we're sorry, we're listening to the community, and then they patch it out. Then the Curse of Osiris thing happened, people found the bullshit, people complained and backlashed against the bullshit, and Bungie's like, sorry, we're listening to the community, we'll get that patch sorted. And now they're doing the same again. We've got the Christmas box, which is bullshit. People have found the bullshit, and just looking at the Steam forums, well,
and you just gotta look at the front page of the Destiny subreddit to see just how fucking exhausted people are with this behaviour. It's tiring the fan base out. They're sick of shit being brought over from Destiny 1 and made worse in Destiny 2. They're tired of a sequel where things are supposed to be bigger and better, giving them more and more incrementally disappointing experiences with each new update. And who can blame them? I've often said that it's like psychological pummeling, these microtransactions. microtransactions in $60 games. I mean, it's true in free-to-play games as well. The idea is to browbeat you into submission, to make you jealous of other players or exhaust you, tire you out, wear out your patience to get you to pay more money on top of what you may have already paid. So in a game like Destiny, where people are expected to throw hours and hours of their life into it any given day, that continued level of psychological assault must be very, very tiring. I got fucking tired of it. That's why I jumped ship long before bollocks like Curse of Osiris even came out and made things worse.
Yeah. People are fucking sick and tired of it, and Bungie's just gonna be like, sorry, we're listening to the community. We'll get that patch sorted. How about rather than saying sorry because you knew you were doing it, just don't do it in the first place. Just don't do it. Why'd you gotta do it in the first place? If you know it's going to piss people off, if you know there's going to be a backlash, and it's happened to you countless times before, why are you doing it again? Why are you doing it again, Bungie? Why are you doing it again, Activision? You know you're gonna get caught, and now I'm just signal boosting it. This is all this video is. It's just signal boosting that you're being a scummy piece of shit. And that's why you're getting a 1 out of 5. So good. That's the review. That was the quick 10-minute review. As I say, there isn't gonna be much editing in this. It's literally just to say, hey, look at the Christmas box thing. They're being dicks. And also, seems I played the demo of it and I've watched a Let's Play of it. I'm just going to make a mini review of it because I've got far better reviews to do. And Activision isn't going to get away with this shit. Because this sums it up best, right? This sums it up best.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 got dragged to hell and back for the shit it tried to pull, and rightfully so, but if Star Wars Battlefront 2 was the egregious side of microtransactions in premium games, Destiny 2 has undoubtedly by this point become the sinister, insidious side. And the fact it's gotten comparatively little attention only seems to suggest that Activision is frighteningly good at this. EA wielded a sledgehammer and got caught. Activision is wielding a scalpel, making tiny incisions in the wallets of its players. And doing so under the radar compared to Electronic Arts, who got into the international news because of its severe overreach. Electronic Arts steals the spotlight because when it decides to go in on these money-making schemes, it goes in a fucking Lincoln. But Activision's continued and demonstrably provable desire to subtly seduce its audience into spending additional money is frankly alarming.
Yeah. EA come in and wielded a sledgehammer like, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Cards, in-game advantage, not changing it. And they got all of the international gambling federations all coming down on them. Oh, it's a gambling arcade. It's luring people in. Star Wars, it's being predatory and preying on those with addictive tendencies. It drew all of the news. But Activision kept its head down. Activision's laying quiet, trying not to say anything, and is just slowly getting the scalpel and jabbing at the wallets. Well, no, Robert! We talked about this. No, Robert! You're not fucking getting away with it. You're not getting away with it, Activision. And I'm just going to make sure everybody knows. The same way that Jim is, the same way that Sid Alpha is, the same way that Yog Yen is, the same way that everybody is. You've been caught, Activision. Stop fucking doing it. Alright? I get EA. EA's making Ultimate, UFC. They're making UFC a game as a service. They're making UFC games as a service. 2018, I wouldn't be surprised if EA's on the way out. Like EA, the way it's acting, and the fact that they haven't even learnt their lesson from Battlefront 2, and they're doing it in UFC 2018, they're on the way out. They won't last till 2020. They're on a rapid decline. They've already lost like 4 million in stock from Battlefront 2. EA's on the way out. You're fucking next, Activision. You want that? You want that? Yes, you do. Because Blizzard's already got hold of you. Fucking Blizzard, get rid of these guys. Get rid of Robert. Fuck him off. He's lost the plot. He's been caught twice, and now he's done it again with his Christmas stuff. Fuck him off, Blizzard. Jeff my name Jeff. Go to him. Slap him in the face. Get him out of here. Get Activision out of here. They're fucking it up again. Dicks. So, that's my slightly ranty mini review of Destiny 2. We're going to have a proper one next. We're going to have Hat in Time. It's actually more scripted, more in-depth. It's got a lot more footage that's more relevant to the points I'm talking about. It's a lot better, but I just wanted to make sure that Activision isn't getting away with being a sly little bastard like, oh, we're not going to give you the Christmas loot boxes because they're humbug Christmas. So I'll see you later tonight for the Hat in Time review or the Open Beta 64 review. One or the other. You're going to get one or the other later on tonight and then the other one tomorrow morning. So thank you for watching and I will see all of you in a bit.